Hey everybody, Kristen Zemke here. I hope you are healthy and I hope you are safe. Today I'm here to talk a little bit about mini lessons and coaching language we can use for kids as we're putting them in online settings to do their learning. One of the things that you're probably coming across is a lot of video content. And video content is a huge affordance for learners of all ages because it provides access, right? Video does not care about your Fontes and Pinnell reading level or your Lexile level, but we can use video to engage kids to build background knowledge and to fuel and foster deep thinking in a modality that might not involve decoding of print. Right. So video is a huge tool. However, we need to teach kids how to use video as a tool for thinking. They obviously know how to use it for entertainment, but that's where we build the bridge as educators and say, okay, here's a tool that you can use to be an even better thinker. And so when we talk about video in the classroom, I think lesson one is how do you view to learn? And this is one of my favorite lessons to do because it can go across the curriculum and apply to nearly all subject areas. It's also a lesson we can do with nearly any age learner. So when we think about view to learn, I just made a quick little anchor chart, right? Modifying my teaching tools now that I am working from home. A piece of blank copy paper is always a good substitute anchor chart. And so here you can see we've got our view to learn anchor chart, and our first piece of instruction is that we want kids to view with a wide awake mind, right? When we're using video for instruction, it's not necessarily a time to chill out or, be distracted by many other things, but we really want to have a wide awake mind. We also want them to think about what's happening in the video clip. Apply those same strategies, those strategic comprehension pieces that Steph Harvey and Goodvis, David Pearson, have all talked about, and engage them to ask questions as they view, engage them to determine the most important information in that video, engage them to summarize and synthesize the information that's going on. Many times we lead to this comprehension piece by annotating our thinking, just like when we read a piece of informational text that has a lot of content and new info, we might label it or underline or make little notes in the margin. We now do the same thing with video, and we're really even using the language of reading when we talk about viewing video. Go back and read that video. Draw or write your thinking about that video, making those parallels for kids as we go. One of my favorite ways for kids to annotate is just a simple 2-column or 3-column chart, right? Watch this video, document what you learn, document what you wonder as you go, right? Easy peasy. But we also want to teach kids then a necessary tool in the digital age is to press pause when you're viewing a video. Like when you see something important and you don't want to miss what's next, press pause, right? Go ahead, draw and write your thinking while you have the video paused. And then when you're ready to watch a little bit more, go back and play. And then if you have to pause, draw and write your thinking again, okay? We also want to engage kids, if possible, turn and talk with a family member. Do you have a sibling? Do you have a cousin that lives in your home? Do you have an adult that you could turn and talk with in order to process that thinking, right? When we watch a video online, we also engage kids to go back and reread that video again. It's essentially a close reading of a video text, just like we do with an informational text. Many times the content is so intense, we have to go back and reread that piece of informational text again in order to grasp all the information to understand, remember, and position us in a place where we can reuse that moving forward. So we want to teach kids to go back and reread that. And depending on your age learners, it might be a quick mini lesson in how to find the cursor and drag it back, how to press the refresh circle arrow button, we call it in the early years, and then how to go back and find that triangle button on its side. Of course, triangle on its side in digital context always means to play. So we're giving kids the scaffolds and supports they might need in order to interact with this in a meaningful fashion. Of course, once we've reread that video once again, we're going to ask kids to go back to their think sheet, whatever that might look like, and add on. We're using the language of draw and write because we know that nonlinear doodling or sketch notes really improves retention and reuse as well. So when we think about pushing out these videos, let's first teach a mini lesson on how we want kids to interact with that video piece of text. We like to read videos. We hope you do too. We'll follow up with some additional lessons on what this might look like for students. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.